This is Zdzislaw Beksinski, a surrealist horror painter born in Sanok, Poland on February 24th, 1929. Beksinski was trained in architecture, but went on to become a photographer, sculptor, painter, and 3D renderer. Although he never advanced in the field of architecture, his understanding of buildings heavily influenced his later works, in which he blended flesh with realistically rendered architecture. I included a couple of Beksinski's photographs because we get a glimpse into Beksinski's exploration of his unique artistic voice. We see how he started to develop his interpretation of the surreal. Much like his own self-portrait, we see Beksinski abstracting the human form, a motif we see a lot in his later oil paintings, how he plays with silhouette, lines, and reflections to distort the familiar. It is important to mention that Beksinski never titled any of his works, leaving the complete interpretation of the composition to the viewer. I feel as though this makes his work both more universal and personal. Here we see a dancer. They exhibit a yellow tutu, stitches sewn in unnatural places along their body. I can't help but think about the issue of body shaming, how societal pressures and unrealistic body standards can cause emotional disorders like bulimia. To further illustrate this point, the way the stitches are laid out across the stomach resembles the teeth of a wide grinning mouth. Beksinski further abstracts the human form so much so that they actually become part of the environment. A body is fused to a wall, while faces stare out at us from below. I feel an antagonistic presence from the beings residing in the lower left. They are glaring at the viewer as if to say, "What are you going to do about these people? Are you going to help them?" But as a viewer, we cannot help these figures. They are hopelessly stuck in their positions. It intrigues me how Beksinski is able to create a dialogue between the painting and the viewer without a single word. Another aspect of his paintings that interests me is Beksinski's technique of blending the foreground with the background. The atmosphere in his artwork is palpable. The air around these trees feels more akin to marble rather than clouds. You could attribute these paintings to sculpture because of the plastic quality each one takes on. With the craze of computer-generated imagery in the late 90s came some of Beksinski's lesser-known works. Although depicting some of the same motifs as his earlier paintings, such as the morphing of organic subjects with man-made material, I feel like this work lacks the same weight. There isn't the same palpable atmosphere as there are in his other paintings, almost like a shallow imitation of his own work.